Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's tutorial, we'll be making this wrap dress. So first off, I folded my fabric into two. We'll be cutting out the back first. So I folded it according to the bust measurements divided by 4. Then I added 1 inch seam allowance. So now I'm just going to draw out the lines. So first I measured your shoulder to your bust, then shoulder to the waist. That's the measurement to be using. Then I went ahead and marked my shoulder measurement. Then I came down the shoulder slope by half an inch because I'm cutting directly on the fabric. So I'll go down on my armhole. I'll be using 8.5 inches. So I marked 8.5 inches there. So I'm going to mark my neck width. Neck width we're working with is 3 inches. Then the neck depth is 1.5 inches. This is the back bodice. Alright, so I'll just connect my shoulder slope just like so. And I'm extending my shoulder measurement down so I can get a straight line down. So after doing the next, we'll be imputing body measurements. So you should divide your bust measurement by 2, then add 1 inch seam allowance or whatever allowance you think is fine. So I'll divide my waist by 2 and also add 1 inch seam allowance. Now connect those lines together. And also I'll go to the chest line, which is our armhole line. Then I'll also impute the same measurement we have on the bust line. Your bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then I'll connect my armhole. I'll create my armhole curve from the bust measurement itself, not from the allowance. So yes, that's how then I'll square that line up. So basically I'm just trying to adjust my fabric and I'll just try to extend the half length I'm using. So I'm just extending the length to rule a straight line. So guys, when I was done, I'm just going to cut out my fabric just like so. So once I was done, we'll be using the back bodice to cut out for the front. So for the front, I folded my fabric into two and I have like 6 inches more at the front side before placing the back bodice to the front bodice. So I had 6 inches. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to mark the neck width and I'll connect it to that point. So first of all, I'm just going to extend the half length line. So I'm just going to extend it like so. Then I'll draw my a straight line from the neck width because we're using the same neck width for the front and the back. So I'm just going to use a straight rule to connect from my neck width down to that the end of that 6 inches extra we have. So guys, just watch and see what I did here. So after drawing that straight line, I'm just going to place the back bodice back. So every other measurement will be the same actually. So the only difference is that front part, that longer part we had at the front. So every other measurement will just cut as we did for the back. So once I was done with that, this is what we have for the front. I'm just going to open up the back, then place the front on each side, just like this. So I'll go over and sew the shoulder part. So I'm just going to sew the shoulder by half an inch on both shoulders. And on the sides, I'll also go over and sew on the allowance I left, which is 1 inch. So after I was done with that, I went to tape the neck of this fabric. So from the waistline all around the neck to the other side, I went ahead to use the fabric to tape the neck part. So this is what I have here. And next I'll be measuring. We'll try to take the measurements we have for all through the waistline. So I'm just going to measure from one point of the waistline down to the other end. So guys, I had about 48 inches for round the waist. I'm using the 48 inches to cut out the down part of the dress. So we're dividing what we have by 2 because the fabric is on fold. So I'll divide 48 inches divided by 2 and I'll have 24 inches here. Then I'll add an extra inch allowance for folding on the sides. So I'm just going to mark that out. Then remove 16 inches from the full length of the dress, then mark out what we have for the full length. So basically we are just removing the 16 inches, then we'll place our tape rule like so, then mark whatever we have for the length of the dress. So I'm just marking what I have for the full length of the dress, and I added 1 inch seam allowance for folding at the down part. So I'm just going to mark it all around and then cut it out. So after I was done, I'm going to go back to the upper bodice, then try to get the middle point of the other upper bodice. So I'm trying to get the center point. So when I've gotten it, I'll just notch it a little like so. So I'm going to take the down bodice also, the down part of the dress. I'll try to get the center point of the down part. I already notched it earlier, so I'm just going to place both of them like so, right side facing right side. So I'm just going to place them and sew by half an inch allowance I left and sew it all the way to one side. Then I'll fold in that extra we have there. I'm just going to fold it in. So guys, I was done joining the upper part to the down part of the dress, and this is what I have. So this is what it looks like. I'm just trying to arrange the dress here. So guys, I also went out. So I also went over to make a belt for this gown. So for the width of the belt, I used about 2 inches for the width. And for the length, I have about times 2 of the waist measurement. So I have 2 pieces of this belt. Then I'll be fixing it like so on the upper bodice. So the belt is going to start at the exactly on the half length and it is going to go upwards. So the belt is not going to be at the down part of the dress, just on the up part. And I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew a straight line like so. So I'm just going to do the same for the other part of the dress. So this is how I'm going to sew it on the machine. So I'm also going to open like a hole on the side seam, that side seam I made. So you're just going to go over and open like about 1.5 inches. Since our belt is 2 inches, the hole will be like 1.5 inches wide. So we don't want it too free. So I'm just going to nudge with my chalk 1.5 inches on the side seam. So we're just going to go over and use my blade to open it. So once I open it, when I get to the sewing machine, I'm just going to tighten that stitch I loosened here so it doesn't expand later on. So guys, I was done fixing and opening the hole, and this is the beautiful wrap gown we came out with. So this is what it looks like basically. I'm just trying to show you how to style it in different ways. But guys, this is what the wrap gown looks like. Right, that's the end of today's tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video with your friends and loved ones, and we'll see you in the next class. Bye.